Welcome to the audio side of the broadcast control room. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the components of the audio system, our mix approach, and some good practices when mixing broadcast, which is very much a different ball game than mixing front of house. So first thing we have in front of us is our console. This is a DiGiCo S21. Immediately in front of us, we have a touchscreen connected to our Waves PC, and it's running a piece of software called Waves SuperRack. This handles processing of various channels. It has things like reverb, things like channel strips, things like compression, and other effects. But also a big one is pitch correction, just making sure that the vocals are tight and sounding good for our stream. Another thing you'll reference quite often is the Loudness Meter, and this makes sure that the broadcast is at a good volume for the stream where people aren't turning their TVs or phones or whatever device they're watching on up and down frequently. We want to make sure that we're maintaining a consistent level of volume. Within the Wave SuperRack program, each song receives its own snapshot, and those snapshots are cued or fired by this StreamDeck here. So we have some buttons like our previous and next snapshots, so we can move forward and backward, and you'll see the name of the song in the snapshot description. And you'll just want to make sure that that corresponds to the song that's actually being sung. To the stage displays, which are on the left, we have previous and next. We also have clear, and this is a really important one, because if we aren't sure what the worship team is singing, if they add a song at the last moment or spontaneously go into something, we don't want to be correcting the pitch of an incorrect key. It's important to hit clear if things aren't sounding right. And we'll do that right away. Another thing that this will enable you to do is quickly recall your loudness meter by hitting the bottom right button. And again, you can see all of this clearly labeled. So no matter where you are, whether you're on the overview screen, you can always recall the loudness meter. Next, we have another computer that controls the recording and playback. So playback includes any of the background music for the pre-show and post-show. It also includes a piece of software called Tracks Live, which we use to multi-track record all of our services. So right now we're going to be using that software to play back some of the recordings from previous services. And because it's multi-tracked, it's as if we had a band on stage playing right now. And then the final piece of it is this Mackie Big Knob controller, and that's like a giant volume knob for the monitors. So if you turn the volume down or mute that Mackie Big Knob, it won't affect the level going to the stream. Sometimes you may want to turn things down to listen to make sure that the mix sounds good. Sometimes you may want to turn them up. Sometimes you need to mute if there's any sort of special communication going on. So that's how you'll control the level going to the monitors. We never want to adjust the level of the monitors from the master because that will affect the stream. Another important thing to note is that all the gains are shared between front of house and broadcast, meaning gain is first set at front of house and then it's sent upstairs. Past that, EQ, compression, gate, effects, all that stuff, they're all independent. So you are in control of that. Gains are shared.